cinema up here in Middletown, Ohio. We are going to be exploring this abandoned Cinema 10 in Middletown. Seems to be neon lights and glowing signs in here. This building closed between 2022 and 2024. There's already vandals in here. Here's the manager's office. Keys. Computer's missing, of course. Got stolen. Surveillance cameras. Let's take a look at these movie posters. Haven't seen that movie. What's this? Looks like ISS. If I can get it. There we go, it was a fight. Sounds like a great movie. I haven't watched a movie in a while, other than the Minecraft movie. So any of these movies I've never seen. Back to black. Mean Girls. Alright. Another Back to Black poster. Monkey Man. Huh. Cool. The menu. We're going to explore those after the kitchen back here. Here's the counter. What's this? Here, how it all began. Okay. Okay. Sure, they would serve all the food, candies, all the overpriced goods. That's crazy. $6. I can get you a meal at McDonald's. Kind of. Water everywhere. Cinema 10. Here's the gumball machine. Had to clean this up before the video. It's the only thing I did in here. And I set up a couple posters that weren't ripped. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Just the posters, and this was staged. Gumballs were everywhere. And I did it for my safety, so I was able to focus on my camera. There's all the gumballs. Cleaned it up as best as I could. There's still little gumballs everywhere, but oh well. Building's probably gonna be demolished in like a few years. Here's the back rooms. Soda machine, deep freezer. If I had my trailer, I'd honestly take it. I'm gonna need one that's bigger. Ice machine. Busser boys. Hell yeah. Planet of the Apes. That sucks. There's paint all over it. I'm not gonna touch that. That paint smells very fresh. There's this broken in safe. And here's the break room for the employees. Here's one of the big giant projectors. Look at this unit. What is that? Christie CP2000ZX. Can't imagine how much power this thing outputs. And pretzel machines. Pretzel warmers. Not much to see in here. Alright, straight to the movie theaters. Alright, I'm sorry guys. Before the movie theaters, here's this. Oh, Smurfs poster. That would be cool to have. I love the Smurfs. I remember watching that. Sucks. This is the party room. Your birthday is long overdue. Hell yeah. I still have stuff in it? No, it does not. Damn. Alright. Back at it. Now here's the movie theaters. All auditoriums 1 and 2 and 3 through 10. Wow. Pretty big movie theater. Looks smaller outside. Here's Auditorium 1. We'll do 2. They're all almost the same. Here's the Auditorium 1. Yeah, of course, there's spray paint. Yeah. Here's where the projectors would play. Pretty big auditorium. Sorry, I got a bad speech impediment. I've been in sped class my whole life. But it is what it is. See what's behind them. I've been always wanting to know what's behind these. Yeah, big subwoofer and a tweeter. There's more subwoofers down that way. They're 15 inches from what I've seen. Oh man, it's dusty back there. Yeah. Here it is. I believe this is the 3D theater. I might take one of those speakers home. Stress test them. See how good they thump. You know what I mean? Here's the janitor's closet. Ew, that's nasty. Private. Not so private no more. Yeah, 4K. Here's the Auditorium 1. Looks like people already sprayed shit in here. Hate vandals. I don't like vandalism. Oh, this one's unspray painted. There's a cricket in here. It's a pretty big one. Sorry, I don't have a bright enough light with me. Hopefully y'all can turn up your brightness on your screens. You can see it. I'm using my phone camera until I get my DJI Action 5 Pro in the mail. It'll do a lot better in the dark. It'll be at 4K 60 instead of 1080p 60. Yeah, I can do 4K 60 on my phone, but it's not as good as in the nighttime at 4K 60. There's a secondary entrance, the exit for the where people would exit. Here's the bathrooms. Nothing much to see in here other than that it's a bathroom. There's me. I like it in here. Somebody busted the screen. Auditorium 3. They're all the same. I did check the ones in the back. They are very decaying. I'd like to show you all that on video. Here's a speaker room. Just a room filled with speakers. Hell yeah. Here's where they would put the movie posters. The backlit ones. Hell yeah. It's pretty sweet. There's some stink bugs.
That left's really bad.
Hell yeah. This one over here?
The left, I mean, they're both bad. You can just show both. They're actually pretty cool.
Alright. Oh, wow. Look at the black mold. White mold. Oh, man, it's musty in here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. It is terrible in here. You'll see the upstairs at the end. Black mold everywhere. Fire extinguishers unsprayed. I'm not going to bother going through those carts. I do have an allergy with that. Dust and mold. I'm probably going to be paying for this later. But yeah, this is the one of the moldy ones. Let's go to the other moldy one. It is bad in the other one. Here's Auditorium 7. Unbusted screens, surprisingly. Oh man, not a good sign when the wallpaper's ripped. Must be bad in there. This is another speaker room. Yeah, I knew it. Seat parts. Hell yeah. Here, oh, this is the worst one. Forgot. I've only checked it out once. Yeah, this is another 3D room. Yeah, oh my god. It is terrible. It is bad in here. Fallen ceilings. Yeah, this is a safety hazard for my allergies. Here's a third one. I'll go ahead and show y'all a third one. This one has a termite issue. This is the one to the left of the one that you guys just saw like 30 seconds ago. Rusted glass. Love crunching on glass. Yeah, very bad termite issue. It is bad. Termites chewing away. I'm missing that. Yeah, this one's bad. Collapsing ceilings everywhere. All the projectors are, of course, stolen because they're like $30,000 units. There is still one up there, I think, from what I remember. Yeah, this is the pretty bad one. Here's the upstairs. Oh, film up here. I got told it was a Coca-Cola ad. That's pretty cool. Look at the type of lamps they take. That's crazy. These are 3,000 watts. Xenon lamps. Looks like an intercom system. Old popcorn machines. This is where they store the letters to advertise their movies on the billboard outside. And posters. Where all the projectors that used to be here, they got stolen. There's out here. Hell yeah. Motherboard. Server motherboard. Whoops. And this door right here, it's on one of my reels or shorts. This goes to nothing. It literally just goes down 2 stories high, about 100 feet in the air, I think. I suck at measuring. But yeah, I locked it up. And you know, honestly, put a sign there next time I come over. We're gonna bring a projector, like a battery-powered wireless projector, and project a movie on here and watch a movie in an abandoned movie theater. Stay tuned for that one. But yeah. Nothing fancy over here. More letters. Here's the roof. I'm not going to risk going up there. Sorry, guys. It's right near a busy road. It's in Middletown. Look at that. That's what I mean by 15-inch speaker. Look at that. Here's my hand in perspective. That's a subwoofer. I looked them up. They go down to 30 hertz all the way up to 2 kilohertz. Here's a busted TV. That probably worked at one point. More amplifiers and computer shit, and somebody was an idiot and unreeled a movie advertisement reel. Here's probably the maintenance manager's desk. Alright, nothing special in here. Yeah. Shit. Got told there is still a projector, but it's leaking very badly, like it's decaying. This is the old systems they used to have back in the early 2000s where they were doing reel-to-reel, not digital. More amplifiers for those subwoofers. Pretty cool. More backup screens that are not backup anymore because they're broken. Here's the main breaker for the building. I'm not turn that shit on. There's more old systems. An unsprayed fire extinguisher. Oh yeah, this is where it gets pretty bad. It is wet from all the rain we had. And here's one of the working projectors. Well, I don't know about that. Everything in here is probably broken. What used to be a $30,000 unit now is probably a paperweight. These weigh about 200 pounds a piece. These things are units. They take 240 volts to work, which is a dryer outlet. What's in your home. They take about 15 amps to run at 240 volts. And there's those bulbs that I showed earlier in the video. They get very, very hot. They require 450 CFM, if anybody knows what that is. That's blow force for them to work and stay cooled down, or they will catch fire. I mean, they will catch fire. They are water-cooled systems, too. Like the one in the kitchen. That's an older digital projector. It's water-cooled. I believe these ones are, too. These are the 4K ones. The other one in the kitchen, I believe, is a 1080p one. And yeah. It's pretty nasty. Water everywhere. All these computers are for sure ruined. But yeah, that concludes the upstairs. Here's one of the rotten auditoriums. Yeah, explains why it's wet in this area. This is the rotten ones you've seen earlier in the video. Spider webs. It's pretty bad in here, gotta say. Anyways, you guys stay tuned for more videos like these. I'm gonna get I've got a professional camera coming in the mail. I'll start using that. And yeah. And make sure you guys subscribe and turn the notifications on. I got more videos coming. I mean, a lot of videos for years and years to come. All right, peace out.